So a DJ I've been mentoring told me the other day that he's freaked out and frustrated because the wedding season is over. Hi, I'm Bill. This is Creative License, and thanks again for being nice to the sponsors who make this possible. Sponsors like Electro Voice, Promo Only, DJ Event Planner, Perfect Portals, Disc Jockey News, and of course, my workshop, The Entertainment Experience. So, okay, why was he lamenting that the wedding season is over? Because, well, in many parts of the country, there are times that people don't do weddings. You know, you get down in Arizona and Florida, it's too hot, they say. Not as many weddings. If you do it up here, it's the wintertime. It's too cold. You never know. It might snow on my wedding day and nobody will be able to make it. So the wedding season, when we do most of our work, at least here in the Midwest where I live, happens between April, maybe the end of March, to about November. Okay? Sometime the beginning of November, middle of November, most all of the weddings are going to happen. There's a few winter weddings here and there, but not so much as you wouldn't be doing a lot of stuff, right? So all their money, all right, is drying up. That's what he's worried about. I don't have any work now from November until March. My next wedding's not till March. What am I going to do? Well, it's simpler than you think. Usually when a DJ decides to do this for a living, they quit their full-time job, which keeps them working and gives them a salary or regular money every single week because they're working every single week. So they don't have to worry about slow time. But when you do this for a living, you're running a business. And if you haven't taken into consideration the fact that the money you bring in during your busy time has to also get you through the slow time, then you haven't really thought of this as a business, have you? You're just bringing in the money and spending the money. You look at every dollar you make as your salary. And the truth of it is, the business brings money in, and you should be paying yourself a salary commensurate with the amount of money you make an entire year. In other words, if you're only making it over a 6-month period, then you need to spread that out for the whole year. Because when you're not doing events, your company should be paying you a salary, right? And the money stays with the company because you have other bills to pay. You've got your website, you've got your marketing, you've got your time. There's your office, all the things that you would have to take into consideration when you're running a business. But most guys that DJ full-time, after they've done it part-time, they've never had to take that in consideration. They get paid, they get work. Oh, I'm not going to work for that guy anymore, so I'm going to make more money. So you do. But what you're not thinking about is your old boss took 2/3 of the money he brought in and he paid it out to keep the business running. Not only to keep you guys paid, but to keep his business running when times were slow. And times are slow in the Midwest and in the South and different parts of the country where there are several months where there just won't be much work. So without that in consideration, then what do? You either try to find a way to bring in dollars during the times when you're not doing weddings, which means hustling a different kind of client and working the business in another way. Or if all you're doing is weddings, then you need to figure it out. And if you made $100 a week DJing for somebody else and you want to do this full time, you've got to make at least 3 times to that because 2/3 of it has to go back into the business. Now, I'm not telling you a whole lot, right? I'm just giving you an idea, an understanding of the fact that you need to know this. You need to learn this. And if you don't, then I think the first class you should take is a business class. You should find yourself an accountant who can explain to you the money side of what you do, because without the money side, the fun side's not possible, right? We got into this because it's a fun job. But if you can't make enough money to do nothing but the fun part of your job, then guess what? You're going to go find another full-time job. You're going to work for somebody else because you're not going to be in business for very long. And that's not just a DJ company. That's any business out there. This is the not fun part. We became DJs because we didn't like math. Well, I get it. I don't like it either. But I do understand basic math. And basic math is all you need to be able to stay as a business person, and a business person who's able to keep himself employed as a creative, fun DJ. All right. There's more of this than what I'm saying, but something to think about, right? I'm Bill. This is Creative License, and I'll see you next week.